1. I always been incurable optimist. That's what my parents call me, at least. It made it sound like I have a disease. In fact, the first time Mother ever told me this, I genuinely panicked. I was very little, and I didn't know what optimist meant. I just knew it was a big word, and big words frightened me. I figured that big words were invented to hide the truth, because if you wanted to just say something, there were a lot of little words that work. Of course, now that I am almost officially an adult, I feel differently. Big words are marvelous and exist to be even more precise in our communicating. But when I was little, well, I thought my mother was telling me that I was going to die. I cried so hard I could barely breathe as she held me close, desperately trying to explain that being an optimist was a positive thing. An optimist sees the good in the world. They are happy and positive. Still more sobbing. Don't you see, Rosebud? You bring us such joy. I don't understand, I said between heavy sobs. Snot flew out my tiny nose. I remembered that very well. The grotesque always fascinated me. Even I eventually went through life as if skipping through a meadow, at least according to my mother's perception of it all. Mother's hand released her tight grip on my heaving back. Even so young, I understand she was trying a different tactic with me. Not everyone sees the world like you. Her warm hand slowly started stroking my hair. I almost instantly felt calmer. Even I clung to her knee with my sharp blue nails digging into her leg. I don't see the world as anything, I insisted, feeling desperate, but my breathing became more regular. Rose, we all have our own little ways of looking at the world. Some people see only bad things. They see dangers and grumpy people. I see dangerous things. I always look both ways before crossing the street. Of course you do, because you're a good girl. A heavy sigh in my foremother tried to explain the concept of maternal bias to a 6-year-old. It's like this. You know how yesterday it rained? Yes, I know that, but we still dressed you up in your raincoat and boots and went to the park and played. Of course, I remembered. It was only yesterday. Well, was it a good day? My 5-year-old me rolled her eyes really hard at that, which was tough because my face was smudged into her leg. Of course. We jumped in puddles. Puddle jumping was amazing. Mother understood I felt that way. Well, she didn't understand was why it was amazing. Sure, the splashing was the best part, but I liked how the world was all upside down in puddles. How it wasn't quite a reflection in the mirror, so it looked kind of like the other world was inside there. I always thought if you jump hard enough, you could jump right into the whole other world, the same as ours was a little different. Mother didn't know that part. She wouldn't understand anyway. It was my own private little secret make-believe. Well, if you see, some people might have thought yesterday was a bad day because it rained, because it was gloomy and not sunny outside. They would have? I pulled my face away and looked at Mother. She was really pretty, and her halo of pearls always made me feel warm inside. Yes, replied Mother. She smiled a soft smile back. It was a special kind of smile, only for me, and for Ollie. Though Ollie was around yet, so I thought at the time it was a secret thing between mother and daughter, but it turned into a secret thing between mother and daughter and son, which, of course, I was perfectly happy with, especially since Ollie and I have our own secret looks between us. They don't like the puddles? It was a hard concept for me to grasp. Mother let loose a small laugh and sat us both down on the settee. She held me in her lap, her arms wrapped around my waist and mine around her neck as I stared at her intently. Some people can only see disappointments, the bad things in the world, but you see the good, because the good is there. I explained it. Exactly, she replied it. She pulled me in close so I could feel her warmth and smell her perfume. I thought about it all, about seeing the good in things, and being an optimist. I thought it was funny. If I saw good in everything, then why I being called a word I didn't understand filled me with fear. Shouldn't I have thought it was exciting? Me? The incurable optimist? Maybe I was being more complicated than Mother understood. I decided I had to be that. I also really liked the word complicated. It sounded complicated in and of itself. I still don't understand, I explained it, though not being able to articulate my doubts. All I say was that father will be home soon, I know. She squeezed me tighter. That isn't being optimist, that is just the truth. Now she squeezed me so tight, it kinda hurt a little. I know. Rose said, I know. Then it was Mother's turn to cry.